I think I'm with you.
Is Sion less exciting than Gnar?
No, Gnar's... Aatrox could have been just as bad.
True.
Okay,
I feel like there's a lot. Renekton could have been just as bad.
Yep. Well, Renekton is here.
But I mean, they fit into the same category, don't they? All right, a little bit muted here at LoL Park. We will wake up because there is action already. Raptor is just trying to get some bleed damage onto Canyon, and that's actually going to do a lot of work.
Kellen!
Closing the distance. The Sandstorm is coming, Gen.G! And Chovy is dead. First blood to Nefiri.
I can't do the music, but you all know what we're thinking. Defending this team and saying, guys, yeah, okay.
Okay, here's a little bit of, never mind. Hook is going to connect onto the door.
Wait, the
dog's coming down though, as Duro is in trouble. He spins, he launches, and there is a flash out from one of them, and the other one's dead and flashes as well.
Ruler, you gotta flash immediately. Why are we waiting?
It's this early, isn't it a post 10-minute thing only? Isn't that what we learned in our previous series?
Oh, that's for boring. Well, okay, I can't say that. T1 and Nongshim are many things, but neither of them are boring.
Yeah, that was not a boring series.
No, that was amazing. But BNK are clearly punishing the Tigers for maybe being a little bit sleepy, as they are. This buff is gone.
Yeah.
And guess what? They're gonna have setup on Prio for grubs because
that is not being ventilated anymore. However, if you were to just like put on a snorkel and be realistic.
Wait, but how does this...
Don't think of the analogy. Just let's be realistic for a second. Gonna net you, and that is absolutely fantastic. One thing that sometimes... Oh, okay. And there's a bit of an engage onto Duro, who is just dead. That is Feats of Warfare as well. Chains of Corruption connect. A flash forward from Diablo, and he picks up the double! I don't want to do it again because it probably hurt your ears, but I am thinking Darude so hard in my head right now. Of cyclones and twisters and tornadoes and stuff when I was a kid. And then I spoke to my dad and he was like, Max, you're in Australia. There are none.
They don't exist, right?
Yeah, no, not ever. And I was like, wait, really? Because I thought that I was going to walk out my front door and just be pulled off to Wizard of Oz.
Very vivid imagery. I get why you would be afraid of that.
Yeah, it really got to me because I watched it when I was very, very young.
I was about to ask, and you would say like, oh, I was like 18.
Kellen looking for a bit of an angle. Another Chains of Corruption going to connect. The interruption there as Diablo just thrown under the turret and destroyed. Oh, biting off a little more than they could chew, you could say. As Raptor going to be able to take the second dragon, but Kellen is very dead. And the rest of BNK going to have to get out of there. Less clean than the rest of the play so far this game.
It's basically even again, Atlas.
Yep. It's also Earth, Wind, and Fire Drakes, which is fantastic. There's been a lot of music references, as there's the Emperor's Divide used onto Clear, who's just going to take that as an invitation. That's a phenomenal interruption from Canyon, though, as Raptor takes down Chovy, and Clear is still alive. They're going to look for even more here as the Jax clears out the wave, and Raptor says, get out of here, I'm super fed.
I want to believe so badly, Atlas. I can't let myself get caught. We need to hold off.
Oh, wait. Can I add to the cope just a little bit? Because it's a Cloud Soul.
Because we can't prove that he's not, because you can't prove a negative.
Exactly.
Nice.
All right, well, Gen.G going to start off this dragon. You got a teleport coming in from Vikla. He's got the wall ready to try and split this one apart, and Clear is on a pretty nice flank angle with the minion wave exactly where he wants it. Raptor's already dove in, and remember, this guy is so scary. There's the wall. It's going to knock his own jungler out, and then the Emperor's Divide going to come on through. But over the wall he goes. That's a brilliant flick as Clear gets in there. Duro trying to help out, and they do take down this Nautilus, as Canyon going to be the next one on the menu, but Raptor is taken down, and that's the money going over to the Sejuani. No one has a jungler left, but it's BNK to take the objective. That was a mess.
Because I do think that it would be truly and deeply funny if Gen.G like drop a 2-0 to BNK after they did the same to Bro, after they beat all 4 of the other top tier teams in the LCK.
Yep, that would definitely be a thing. We've got Vikla taking down a top lane out of turret.
BNK, if they can get on top of this MF, can completely neutralize him. Kane's going to try and look for the steal.
Yeah, Ruler grabs the red buff, and he's in the pit, but he's going to have to get himself out of there. Yeah, nice little pull. And the Rift Herald is going to be collected. There is an Otacon on the other side of the map, and maybe BNK are just going to look for that one as well.
No. BNK,
Press Counter-Strike again. And it's better when you have a turret. Clear able to empower that minion to death. And Keen just demolishing this turret and will be able to take it down. Wasn't the Jax winning before?
Yeah. Keen's going to have his item none, which is a big deal. That's the item spike that they have together with Canyon actually going for Thornmail here.
Really huge. No rocks actually available to be put down to get him over there.
Bleed. BNK. Banana Burst control has to be seeded.
Yeah, Clear still on that flank angle though, as Raptor getting out of here once again. They're playing some smoke and mirrors, or some sand and mirrors, you could say. As diving onto Keen is Raptor, but does need to be a little bit careful. Boomerang going to be dodged, but the Mega Gnar is going to come in as, oh, thought he'd overcommit. But Keen does not. And now Mega Gnar up and available. The hook comes in, but Kellen is going to be dead to start this fight off. Still Clear, getting into that backline, and he has the Counter-Strike. They get out of the way. The Empress Divide onto 3, and Genji, of course, just decimate the team fight. As Raptor over the wall, he's the only one to survive. They deny the soul, and Gen.G get right back into the driver's seat. The Ruinous Artican's going to go down, and the cope is that they've only got one Cloud Drake.
You know, he's been going at it for a while now.
Yep.
It's okay, BNK, because this is the real threat. Is that they're not that far behind.
Emperor's Divide going to boop them away. Raptor is out of this, but Clear now, not needing to deal with an Emperor's Divide.
Flowers.
Yeah, it is an
this close.
Obscenely large number. As, oh no, Ruler baiting them in, or at least attempting to, as Vikla! I don't know about that one, as Clear is teleported forward. Vikla's still alive as the doggo gets into the backline. Another 3-man knockup, but Chovy has no support, and Raptor has taken down the Misfortune already. Over the wall once again as Keen is on the rocks. Diablo trying to kill Chovy, but he will not be able to do it. And finally, Chovy goes golden to deny the doggo getting in. Still he's gonna go down, and now it's Raptor getting the resets. Clear going in. Duro's gonna die as well, and is it the ace? Is it happening? Unbelievers be damned! The Leap Strike gets the final kill, and now maybe it's just Baron.
Set Storm! They're doing it! They're doing the thing!
Oh my god.
So much damage. Raptor and Clear are still doing, right? They're keeping away so much of the threat, even though Diablo ends up going down. Everyone needs you to win this. Even Gen.G fans at this point will admit they need to be punished. They need to be punished for their hubris.
All right, Raptor trying to get some daggers forward. Another hook to start this one off as Vikla once again finding the angle. They've taken down Ruler. Another Empress Divide onto 3, but it matters not. There is no DPS remaining, and without Canyon, you are not stopping the soul. And the Sandstorm continues to rage.
The soul secured.
I mean, this game is in the bag.
They're gonna do it.
Oh my god. This was not on my bingo card. I knew something weird was gonna happen today, but I guessed the wrong series as the seismic shove going wide, but it does not matter. The base is broken. And with the Baron still on this squad for another minute and a half, 4,000, by the way, is the Rebel Baron power. Never mind, it's 5,000. We'll pull, and then the rest were in a chasm, as now Raptor going to interrupt me momentarily. Chovy taking a bit of damage. There's another turret going to fall down. Vikla comes on over with the wall, but this is going to spell the end of another inhibitor. And we are moving further and further towards insurmountable territory for BNK FEARX. Raptor looking for more. Keen on a flank angle. Hook once again comes in, but Kellen eats the Glacial Prison as well, and Diablo is free hitting. Look at these autos rip through Ruler and the rest of his teammates. Clear goes golden. Canyon is limping away from the fight, and now Nexus turrets are next on the menu, but maybe they go too far forward as Keen looking for the angles, not able to get the wallop onto Raptor, who has all of that extra money.
Range of the turret.
Yeah.
But yeah,
didn't quite have enough minions there. That's okay. Keen is going to be able to grab some bounty gold as he takes down the outer turret here towards the bottom side. And Canyon is sort of helping out. Diablo has decided to fully commit, by the way. We are going for a Zhonya's.
I like it.
Yeah, I don't mind it. You do have
so
some
much
AP scaling with your Blighted Quiver as well.
No, when Chovy goes in for the play.
Oh, speaking of Chovy, he's going to find Vikla here, and he wastes no time throwing out the ulti. Meanwhile, the rest of the fight is ensuing, and Ruler is dead. there is nothing he can do about it. As there's the flash forward from Kellen, finding the double knock-up is clear, getting a couple of stuns himself, and down goes the Azir. That is game, ladies and gentlemen, as BNK FEARX will be able to take down Gen.G here, and if they can make their way over to the base and taxi in some of these minions.
There's no way. There's no way, Gen.G. They can't defend, even without the Baron buff available. It doesn't matter. Super's in the base. Keen and Canyon staring down. BNK are gonna do it!
First, they managed to take down D+ in one of the games. Second, it is Gen.G falling to the sandstorm as Keen is desperately trying to save it, but he's going to be ripped to shreds. Diablo dealing with these Nexus turrets as well as Canyon. Nothing to do except look on from the fountain.
I think that's the win comp here, Atlas. That's what I'm looking at, because if this goes to like mid to late game and Chovy gets the scale and you're running the full melee comp into Victor and Renata, I don't think you're going to have the best of times.
No one really gaining too much ground as Canyon looking to try and put down Clear as Keen just dashing forward. And there is not a lot of good places for this Crocodile to go as, yeah, the Viego, he's not coming. That's not happening. And look at this, Clear didn't use the flash. Just knew that he was dead. Canyon actually committed his, so I guess there's that.
These groups, Vikla is playing so much better than I think we've seen so far. But they're a member down, TP coming in.
Throws out the ulti though, and Canyon is the first one to get punished. There are two of the Canyon ultis as there's a public execution. The bailout just barely doesn't work, but it's 2 kills coming on through for both teams as Clear tidies up Ruler. Raptor trying to make his way out as Keen thinks it's one more auto, but unfortunately it was not. Still, Raptor has absolutely nowhere to go as he was transformed, and there's the handshake to keep Clear at bay. Now the rest of Gen.G bearing down upon the Crocodile. As, yes, if this was border control, he would not be let in, and Gen.G are going to do just that as he slices, dices, acting all cool. Will he be able to get out? That's the question, as the gravity field's going to slow him down, gets him back, slices, comes in, and they go for the re-engage. Not a lot of mana left on Chovy, and it's the Renata that goes down, and Clear shades on, just walks his way out.
Remotely close, given that they're a member down, is crazy to me, right? Imagine if Diablo was here, but it's the timely arrival from Keen. Great ultimate in.
Clear has his Eclipse now built up. It's a 2-0-2 Ambessa, but he's down couple of waves as far as CS, as Raptor actually does walk in.
Oh, the TP.
Yeah.
They're trying to make a play.
This is a big one as Raptor has started this one off very, very quickly, looking to pull these feathers back as Diablo is Heartbreaker forward. They want to make their way up towards these grubs.
Uh-oh.
Okay, Kellen is going to try and escape as Diablo finds Ruler, who's trying to just get up here towards the top side. An aggressive Featherstorm comes in, and Diablo is still just going to take down Ruler. Duro now has absolutely no damage at all. Chovy's going to come in, and that should be the end of the play and the end of Diablo. But I think the message is most definitely heard.
That's why they call him the devil. He shows up and murders you!
Oh my god. Canyon now as well in a bit of trouble as Vikla going to pick up a hostile takeover actually, which is pretty scary. Pulls Canyon back as the handshake is really good, but it's not good enough. There's just nothing to stop BNK from demolishing.
The topside one right was a big one. And the chunk that they got on him, I think is why they just have to give up this dragon.
Yep. That one's going to go down. And next will be a Chemtech.
Okay,
that is 4 Chemtechs.
I'm
sorry, 3 Chemtech souls that we've had.
Surely we're starting to get into the realm of statistical impossibility of this happening. I swear this has happened like 5 times already.
As the Rift Herald is going to just lose its patience entirely. Mega Blast Cone is going to bring Kellen in there, and he finds the quickness onto 2 and then just flashes away. Into the backline goes Vikla as well as the hostile takeover is trying to work out, and it does. As there is once again the ulti to come through from Keen. It's Clear looking to exit the fight. Diablo now by himself as Gen.G are just standing together. 4 members there, but they are so low. And down goes Kellen. Trying to be a hero is Clear, and the flash out from Raptor is optimistic, and it's a double for Ruler in the end. Gen.G find a beautiful fight around the Herald. This time, there are no eyes going wanted.
Gen.G is not just straight up losing this game. I think the bailouts have been great, the handshakes have been great, good ultimates as well. And instead, it is a very decisive Gen.G win.
Alongside the first Chemtech Dragon. Arrow just casually fired towards the top lane and just nails this Renekton as in goes Kellen. Keen gonna have to get himself out of there. The stun comes through, and with the Dominus, Keen should be shut down as he gets off the ulti, trying to dash his way through. And now we've got some battles, some Chaos Storms landing on the bottom side.
Oh, I thought they were going to go for Otacon, but they don't have. They can't. They have to respond to this mid lane play. As Gen.G used the Herald, and that was a lot invested to get this kill onto Keen.
Yeah, handshake onto Diablo there as well as Raptor comes on over just to lend some aid to Diablo.
Keen does so much damage right now. Chovy also having a much better game than the last one.
Also has his 2 items completed as they just look to take down this outer on the top side. That is going to be very comfortably eliminated. Now the amount of extra control that Gen.G has.
Deal with him available, right? Ashe is great kiting. You have a Renata as...
Oh dear. Vikla does have an ulti, but so does Canyon. And he's going to try and stay alive, but the gravity field holds him in place. Even Ruler able to turn up for an assist. And there goes the Silas, 40 seconds on him as well. He does complete his second item, haha. But that is about all we can really say for that. So Otacon should be going on over. A whole bunch of blood petals will be scattered on the ground. And Gen.G in a great position this game. 22.5 minutes in, they are going to be moving towards about a 2 to 3K gold lead. And turrets are continuing to fall. A bit of a consolation dragon comes on through here for BNK. What a different meanings when it comes to Peanut. Is okay. Kellen going to look for the ulti, and the arrow is going to just say no to 4 people. Unless it doesn't, as Kellen does take a couple of turret shots, and now Raptor going to get thrown around. Has the Heartbreaker, as he's going to run back to his team. As now Diablo's flashing forward. They get the stun onto Ruler. The bailout is not going to work. And now Canyon's trying to work out where he's going to help. And by killing the Viego is a definitely good start. Chovy finds himself 1 versus 2, takes down one of them, and then Clear finds another rotation. And the turret is still an absolute menace. Keen misses the ulti, but closes the gap anyway. And Gen.G is just starting to feel like they're a little too far ahead.
While that's happening, Keen isn't even really necessary. I think Kellen might be in some trouble. Unless, wait, Diablo?
Okay, yeah, Vikla also trying to look for an angle as he gets the CC onto Chovy, but instead they just kill Kellen. And now the handshake doing work onto Vikla here, who now looks to taxi over towards Ruler, but he misses the chains and is going to be wiped out. Clear now also in an uncomfortable position as Raptor slowed down as he makes his way in. It looks like resets are going to start, though, as maybe this is the time. Heartbreaker comes in, another one. There's a great handshake as he gets a bailout. That was insanity. And now Ruler is just going to kite down the crocodile, and they win the fight. Keen was just not there.
Most of the fights that BNK have won in the last like 10 minutes with someone not there. It doesn't matter. Raptor, you baller. Great play. That was cool. That's a map movie play right there.
Oh yeah, let's have a look at this one more time. No, this is not another replay. This is Diablo just dying. Kellen, quickness and out of there.
It's fine, Atlas. We were just enjoying it now.
He has 3 items completed, 7, 1, and 9 on the Victor. As over the wall goes Keen, and Raptor is looking very squishy and just gets obliterated. Duro able to keep them all locked down, and Chovy just wanders on over and hits them with a few things. Ruler by himself against the Baron is not having a great time, but has the rest of the team to come up, and Clear takes a turret. There we go. About 8 out of 10, right? For the good prediction.
Everyone predicts the same. Like, obviously, you took a gamble on Nongshim, and we
should have taken a gamble on BNK by the looks of it.
Well, clearly. But, you know, being Rakan and trying to catch an Professor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That champion wasn't out when Rakan was released. All right, Raptor looking for a few angles here. Is Canyon going to ignore him? And now we're going to break open the base. The inhibitor turret's already dead in mid. They will take their first inhibitor here. It looks like there's not going to be too much of an answer as in goes Keen. Does get knocked up. He's looking for Diablo, though, who heads towards the base gate. Still, the stun is good onto this Ambassador. Diablo able to go up into the sky, but I don't know about it as the flash out, but Ruler had the arrows in the air. Grabs a triple. The arrow going to fly in. Kellen not going to be dying now. As Gen.G are just going to look to end the game. Oh, I take it all back, because Duro's going to flash handshake him. It's very polite, very kind. And down goes the Nexus as well. Gen.G going to bring us to a game 3, a 7,000 gold Red Bull Baron power play at the end there. Why didn't you tell me?
I wish you guys could see the face that Atlas has right now, as he's cackling in a rapturous glee.
This is a cannon. Now Raptor's the one that's in trouble, or is it Kellen that's in trouble? As Chovy moves over, uses all of his mana.
Wait.
Vickla's used all of his health, though. Which is worse? The flash comes out. There's the flash forward from Canyon as Chovy just kills Vickla, who has absolutely no right to be there whatsoever. The extra plant, that was cute angle tech, but it doesn't matter. Raptor is still dead as he sidesteps, and that means Canyon can get the auto. And that is 2 swift kills for Gen.G.
Broccoli for long enough, it'll just turn into sludge.
It would, but it'd be hot sludge.
Yes, but the point was, oh, you said hot, not hard.
Yeah, I said hot.
Oh my god.
Well, that is going to be a steal here from Canyon as well, and a beautiful double pulverize to come in immediately. The Zeri and the Zyra both go down. Z-named champions are not ones that Gen.G want to see much more of. Oh, it's one of the two.
It's too late for BNK.
Oh, Raptor, that was cute, but you might just be dead. Canyon connects another spear, takes him down. Pardon the pun, as now Callan could be in trouble, but the spear is aimed for Vickla instead and takes half of his health bar. That is going to be Canyon now, wielding probably Sorkshoes Leandries as he comes back. Hecarim, bud.
By any chance, do you remember a specific Maokai game where a certain event transpired?
Well, do you remember this game where Diablo pressed his ultimate button? There goes one of them. The Kazante is out of there. Now Canyon is looking for Diablo, but he's standing his ground. My god, this guy's insane. As he's still alive, playing out this bottom lane. On Hecarim, Ari, Zaya, Yumi was the composition. So there we go. I was right. A little bit. As Polymorph comes in, Duro's going to have to get out of there. Takes a lot of damage, but he is going to survive. As once again, Vickla is having a rough time, but Chovy may die as well. And he doesn't. He just gets a solo kill onto this Corki, whose woes continue. Canyon looking to try and get a shot. How did that get through the minion wave?
There were angles, right? And I think that is always going to sting. In this game, what can you do? Gen.G are finally playing like Gen.G. I don't know what else it would be.
Something got him. Didn't have red buff or anything silly like that. Grubs now going to look to be taken here as Raptor did get one of them. So there you go. Silver linings. As Chovy down towards the bottom side has possibly picked up at least one of these plates. Kind of want to renege or something. Maybe you should do it, because you've got a lot of hair.
I'm really happy. I'm going to grow it out a little bit further, but is that why?
No, I think it's fine, but also they probably won't win, so you'll be fine.
Well, now I can't back down. You did this.
I mean, you can back down. As
no, I don't think I can, because you did this in a much more unlikely scenario.
As well.
Yep.
As all right. Speaking of which, he is going to take down this outer turret towards the bottom side, and Vickla is going to continue backing away. Keen looking to push in as well as Canyon is taking down the Mountain Drake. Oh, Chronicler's hair is looking safer and safer by the second, which maybe makes it actually in more danger.
Oh no! You would eat like a chocolate shoe. Or
yeah. Connie actually like made a chocolate shoe. As Duro, that was a sick pole flash to find two of them, and Chovy on the flank angle. They do get the Stranglethorns out, but now the three-man knock-up from Keen, and they're all in the peanut gallery and just popped down. Down goes the Zeri, and Arula landing a whole bunch of buttons. A much better performance by him this game, but honestly, he's not the main character. It is all about this Nidalee Rise. As Clear walking up towards them, the Rift Herald is going to be able to get a charge, take down that outer turret, and now back to what Gen.G were looking to do, which was to just take a dragon. They get another charge. My god, this is an absolute shellacking. Demolition here from Gen.G, and they're on perfect game pace, because when we defined what a perfect game was, Grubs didn't exist.
Moments that normally would be like, man, Keen frontrunner for PLM, you know, he's doing it. We both know who's going to get PLM.
Yeah, what do you think?
I don't get it.
Better late than never. Showing up for the series.
For a Chovy vote?
Yeah, better late than never to like play.
But he showed up early.
I guess the Azir was kind of fine, as Callan is almost just dead. Meanwhile, Growths himself.
So now we're actually aiming for a perfect game.
Yeah, no,
that's what's actually happening. That's the only thing that matters now.
Yeah, that's what we're playing for.
no one on Gen.G can die. Well, this is actually a really interesting discussion, right? Because if you want to do the modern
Otherwise, you just make all the other perfect games.
No, I know. So
not actually real.
Well, that's the thing, where you can look at it from two different perspectives. You can read it as we read it the way when it was written.
Yeah.
Which I think I'm with you on this one. Someone might.
As all right, Clear is looking for a little bit of an angle. Does get stunned up here as Keen dives in, gets the heroic charge into the wall, looking to try and stop it from going on as
Clear
out goes the Zyra, and Clear is stuck. Never mind, he popped instead of popping off. Vikler as well. It's going to get trampled as Kellen. Oh my God, Ruler just shoots him with a whole bunch of buttons. Spends some time as, oh God, it's not quite a penta, but now the curtains have been called. A few of these bullets are going to be connecting as Keen looking for the angle. There is the triple. You know the Ruler was looking for that penta angle, and Toby, he wasn't even there, yeah. Perfect game still on the cards.
He was just PvEing.
Yeah. And I just heard the Korean casters as well losing their minds, like Jovi was not even there.
I'm not even joking. At least I want to give him the credit, and I know everyone's going to forget, because this final game...
I mean, if you turned off the VOD before this game started, you'd be feeling great about BNK. This, a little bit of a different story.
Gen.G, come on. Come on now. You have one job.
Honestly, I think it's still fine. His headbutt pole onto the Cassante. Clear is almost just straight up dead as Canyon looks for a bit of a spear angle. Doesn't quite get it. The Diablo now looking for his little shot here as there's the flash forward. The double pulverize yet again. Raptor thrown away from the rest of his team. And Duro, he even has an ulti running. So he's absolutely fine as well as Ruler throwing some dancing grenades. And now, show us your dancing shoes, Diablo. And unfortunately, they are not quite good enough. As Ruler, you are underneath the enemy. What? The perfect game's on the line! Okay, he's got a primal surge that heals him for his entire health bar because Canyon's so fed. Duro gets the knock up on to Clear here as well, who's desperately trying to go all out to kill Ruler, who is looking tasty. Where did Kellen go? Okay, Duro
just Kellen
on through. Yep, Chovy is going to be able to put Vikla in prison in a whole lot of different ways. And down will go the Nexus. Perfect game, apart from one grub, will be achieved here for Gen.G in game number 3. And they're going to stay undefeated in the LCK.
These were some of the best highlights from today's matchup. Which moment was your favorite? Let me know in the comment section below. This is OP, and I'll see you tomorrow. Take care.